Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me, as he is every Friday, is Connor Mac Picks. Connor, I like your shirt. How are you doing?
Yeah, I like this shirt. I'm glad I got one in San Antonio. I've been meaning to get one for a while. And if you want this shirt, tell them where to get it, Jose.
Go to the Pub Sports Radio website right now on the Pub Sports Radio shop. Great
Bingo,
shirts,
baby.
bunch of them. Great times there.
I think Talking Hands should maybe make a comeback at some time. Maybe not all the time, but what do you think?
Hey, I love talking hands. Shout out to Preston. Shout out to Jeff. Preston is a psychopath. We all know that. But shout out to Preston.
Hell yeah! Shout out to P.
But let's get right into it, Connor. It's been an interesting day so far of baseball. As we watch it along right now, a little 2-2 in the Phillies game. My say hey minute was the Orioles team total over 4.5, and the
Nice.
over in that game. I kind of threw both of them out there, so we love that. We'll see how that's going throughout the day as well. But there's 6 more games left on the card that we're going to break down and talk about some action that I have coming up that I'm excited for, and we'll
Yeah,
see if I keep going down this well.
yeah. A lot of there was more day games today than I thought. I was shocked.
Yeah,
But a lot of day baseball.
I think baseball should just always have day games. Every
Oh,
day there
I
should be
agree.
at least one or two. So
Couple.
uh,
Yeah,
I appreciate the day games when they come. So I love it. It gets you through the work day, as people would say.
definitely.
All right, let's talk
Definitely.
about the lone. Well, I wouldn't say the lone shit game, but one of the shit games on our card here today: Tampa Bay Rays versus the Oakland A's. There, I find this Rays team to just be fascinating. I was interested in the preseason because of their pitching staff. Their offense has put it together. Last night it was minus 215. Now it's up to minus 270. I'm not betting this game, but I have a monstrous amount of respect for the Rays. If you want to take them in some form or fashion, I wouldn't hate it. Zach Eflin on the bump back again. The man with the dignification of being the largest free agent signing in Tampa Bay Ray history. I find that to be hilarious as well. He had a good start last time, albeit against the Detroit Tigers. 5 innings, 1 earned run. Ken Waldichuk on the other side, I guess. He's an interesting prospect. Came over from the Yankees against the Angels last time out. He got touched up. 5 2/3, 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 home runs allowed. And I will mention the Tampa Bay Rays against lefties so far in the season. They're 14th, 103 weighted runs created plus and 97 at bats. So be careful, I guess, if you're betting the Rays, but I'm passing on this game at the end of the
Yeah. I'm not going to lay this big a number with Zach Eflin, that's for sure. And he looked good in that first start. I mean, obviously it was against the Tigers, and Tigers. All these teams will have their moments, but those first few games, watch them hit, and that's going to happen throughout the year. Whew. A lot of shitty pitchers, and Eflin's not that bad. I shouldn't call him just mid shit.
Mid
28 year
shit.
old
Okay.
mid
Fair
shit.
enough.
Zach Eflin. One guy though, I looked at a prop. Waldichuk on the other side. I don't know what to make of. He's still young. He had a bad spring. Then he got lit up his first start. You know, A's big number. I love taking them as dogs. You should know that. You should probably like taking them,
Mm-hmm.
Jose.
Been there many times. It was
They're
a
at
minus
on the
300.
yeah, they're on the road. I like taking them a little bit better at home, but I can't back the Rays, and maybe they get to him, and I can't back right now what Waldichuk's doing. I got to see more. He pitched well. Then he got hit around in AAA. He's been around now just a couple years in the pros, but I can't look there. But Jesus Aguilar, big guy, big Jack City here. He's 8 for 18 off Eflin. Take his Jack here, plus 750. That's all I need him to do is hit a home run. He's 8 for 18 with a Jack. I got to take that huge price with him here. So I did take that.
By the way, shout out to you, Connor, for that Freddie Freeman Jack of the Day plus 525. Nate shouting you out there. Brian
Oh, yeah.
Watson shouting me out because as I look over, Yankees score 2 more runs, 5-4. Cash the over. Beautiful work
Beautiful.
there. Now, if
There
the
you go.
Orioles could just score one more run, we could just be happy with everything we've done there. So shout out
What inning
to that.
is it? The sixth?
It is in commercial right now, so let me know, Brian. But I think it is around there, 6th inning around there. But shout out to that game, fun time. They had the Orioles mayor, or not the Orioles mayor, the mayor of Baltimore in there for 3 innings or 2 innings, whatever it was. Felt like forever. So I was listening to him commentate as well, and I was like, all right, I think I'm all set here with this game. So I'm glad they at least did some scoring for us there.
Good.
Next game on the bump here. Padres, Braves, a great matchup, a matchup we might even see in the postseason. Absolutely not with these pitchers, though. Nick Martinez versus Jared Schuster on the bump here. And I battled a long time with this game here, Connor. I mean, let's start with this. I think the Braves have one of the better offensive lineups in baseball. I've heard many people say, who was the team that they were talking about? It was the Mets. It was like the Mets have one of the best offenses, if not the best in baseball. I threw out the Padres as well. The Braves are right there with all these teams. I've been betting them team total over at -1s, just kind of depending on the day, and I'm going to continue doing that. I took it yesterday. They come on that walk-off, and it's fine, whatever it pushes. Cool with me right now, whatever. But I'm going to take them again here today, +111. Good plus money price. I looked at the team total over forever, but it was a 4.5 at -125, and I didn't want to take the 5 there, and I didn't want to lay the juice. So I'm on that Braves -1. I'm hoping Jared Schuster can keep it together. The Padres against lefties so far this season, 27th, 61 weighted runs created plus, and 82 at bats. So I'm hoping that Jared can hopefully figure it out there. His first starts against the Nationals, he walked 5 guys. I think that was nerves, and I'm hoping he can go out there, albeit against a much better lineup, and at home, maybe it'll make him feel better, more comfortable, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. What do we get here from Schuster? Do you think the second start is better? You know what I hated was the 1K and the 5 walks. It's like ugly. That's like damn the shits, and it's against the Nats. We know probably going to be one of the weakest hitting teams in the league. So when I saw this, there's like a little bit of rain. The wind's not too crazy. It's blowing in because I think this is over as well. I get some of the pause with that going on, but I think you're right here. I think you look at Braves here a little bit. I think you look at their team total or the over, and the Pods should score here. They should hit Schuster a little bit. I don't trust him. I got to see a lot more of him. It sucks the beginning of the year, maybe not having a shitload of bets. Because on the flip side, Nick Martinez, that last Friday was Martinez Day.
Mm-hmm.
The Rockies' first 5, he gave it up. I can't back him. I don't think he's due for much success. So I haven't bet it yet, but I'm looking a little bit the over or the Braves. But I just don't love the Braves that crazy. I'd look at team total with them in this one. Few guys that hit Martinez too. Olsen, Ozuna. You could go through, like you mentioned, this lineup's pretty stacked with the Braves.
Yeah, and shout out to Sharpie. I liked his team total, or his not his team total, his first 5 over in this game. Shout out to Top Set mentioning in it as well. Shout out to Rocco as well.
This would be 2 guys. I mean, yeah. I don't take over first 5 overs too much. I mean, but I think it's over.
Yeah. I agree. I feel the same way there. I don't bet many first 5 overs, but this would probably be the spot for me. Braves -1 for me. Let's move on to our next game here. Another good one, St. Louis Cardinals, Milwaukee Brewers. 2 teams that are allegedly going to be fighting for this division crown. Let's see what the Brewers do, but they've obviously got the pitching for it, allegedly. We'll see what Corbin Burns does for the rest of this year. Woodruff, a guy that a lot of people are high on. The aforementioned Sharpie says that he bet on Woodruff to win the Cy Young. He's very good. Pitched well last time, 3 hits, 1 earned run off a home run, 8 Ks, 1 walk. Faced St. Louis 3 times last year. He's faced them plenty of times before. 5 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 Ks, 1 walk. 4 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 off a home run there. 6 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs, 10 Ks, 1 walk there. So he usually dominates them against our old friend Jack Flaherty. And I'm a big Jack Flaherty guy, but it's been tough to bet on him in the last couple of years. Just be it because he's hurt, coming back from an injury, or he's walking 7 guys last time. No hits, but he just managed his way out of it every time. Can he get his lucky? I don't know. I've heard Bobana was on the Blue Jays that day. It sounds like you might have been on the Blue Jays that day. It's tough. It's tough. But I'm passing here. He faced him last year too. Jack Flaherty did 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 K or 5 walks, then 1 K. So a good pass game for me, and maybe even a sneaky over here.
Yeah, and it's moved basically a whole run, right? This 7.5 to 8.5. It's a little tough. We do this show a little later. We catch some good lines, Jose, maybe, but we lose a lot too. It just is what it is. But
We just get the benefit of knowing the weather a little more.
We do. And who's that said it, Rocco? Yeah, that's why I brought it up. Maybe you just came in the chat. Was the weather. That was like the only thing in the Braves game, and I haven't made the bet yet. I just don't know really how bad it is. But with these two pitchers and those two lineups, yeah, I'm not going to argue with anyone. That's where I'm leaning the over. But that has hesitancy for me. And I don't want to just throw around stupid ass bets. But let's get to here. Flaherty, you mentioned it. Man, this guy, whew, I don't know what to make. You mentioned it. Up, down, around. At times he looked dominant a few years ago, and he's always hurt. He's back in. Those walks, though, I mean, he got away with it a tad bit, with the scoreless inning there in those games. He had 5 hits, but the walks, I can't trust. Jack Flaherty, I cannot do it. I can't take the Cardinals. Brewers raking, swept the Mets. Before that, though, Mets. Bottom of the lineup, too. So top of the lineup, too, today has hit Flaherty well. So Yelich, who is a shell of a former self, but 9 for 29. Winker, 6 for 15, couple jacks. Willie Adames, 2 for 4, couple jacks. So look at the Brewers. Those guys, their total bases or their homer. Good prices, too, with them as well. Can they keep the offense going? But to get to it, it's been Anderson. It's been Mitchell. It's been the bottom of their lineup the last few days. And the pitching staff just shut down the Mets. Mets didn't get anything. And it's real early. Who knows? Obviously, Woodruff, you mentioned, and how dominant he can be. So I lean the Brewers here. I'm a big Cardinals. I took the Cardinals a couple times against the Blue Jays. They're plus price. And I can't do it here with Flaherty. I don't trust him. Can the Brewers keep rolling a little bit? That's where I'm looking.
Yeah,
I don't love the line, too.
I don't either.
Mean, if you go first 5 minutes and a half, but it's still you're with the Brewers. They're kind of like the Indiana Pacers a little bit to me, betting on them over the years. They're just like, I win with them, but god damn this baseball team and their offense will just go dormy on me and drive me nuts. But that's where I look.
All right, beautiful. Well, it's a tough team to bet on, I'll tell you that. It's going to be fun. Shout out to picks from Dave, Don Play, J Dub, Rocco Rogers, all joining us as well.
There you go. Dave knows what's up. Yeah, I've got a rough time with the Brewers the last
especially in the playoffs. Especially in the playoffs, too. Shout out to Top Set as well. 3 more games. Thanks for joining us, as always, like I mentioned, and hit the like button while you guys are here. Let's move on to Nationals Rockies, a game that got me right in the freaking stink hole yesterday. 1-0 final. The 11th 1-0 ball game in Coors Field history. Over 3,000 games there. 11 of them finished.
When was the last one? 5 years?
Good question. That's a good question.
They said it last year. I think they said 18 or 19. I think. It was one of those.
Just nuts.
So
and the money was all on the over yesterday, too, which was classic. It was like 90% of the cash on the over. And I was like, well, we all know what's happening now. Of course, a 1-0 ball game happens. But let's talk about Mackenzie Gore versus Jose Urena, because these are 2 pitchers that allegedly you would go over on. The number has gone from 11 to 11.5, which is very interesting as always. I'm going to say, guys, I got burned on them last night. By the way, 2-run home run by JT Realmuto. Phillies up 4-2 now. And Jack of the Day, baby, there. Shout out to JT. But I lost to the Nationals yesterday, first 5 in full game, -1.5. I'm going to take them again, first 5 here. Mackenzie Gore's track record against the Rockies has been horrific. Just plain bad. Just 2 starts, and they were back-to-back as well, so that doesn't help him. His first start at home, 2 1/3, 5 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 Ks, 4 walks, just shit down your leg kind of stuff. And then in his first start at Coors Field in his career, which, again, we all kind of know what Coors Field is. When you're a rookie that goes in there the first time, it's always going to be a torture chamber. 4 innings, 9 hits, 8 earned runs off 3 home runs, 1 strikeout, 3 balls, 3 walks there. So I'm going to pray that he can buckle down here, learn from his mistakes, come into Coors, maybe learn from Josiah Gray watching him do his thing yesterday. So I took Nationals first 5. And please, for the love of God, can someone on this Nationals team get a hit? For the love of God, they're the worst offense in baseball right now. 30th against righties, 19, 1-9 weighted runs created plus, and 116 at-bats. Please, can someone on the Nationals get some fucking runs? Nationals first 5 money line for me, Connor. What do you think?
Good luck, man. This lineup is just hard to put money on for me. God damn, I can't take it. I can't take anything here. So you mentioned the over. That was a lot, 5 years since there was a 1-0 game. And that's what has me going in both ways here, because it's like there should be runs tonight. But someone just said, yeah, these teams can't hit. And obviously the Rockies are at home. They can a little bit more. I don't trust the Nats. So it's like, is this too high for this early in the year, the 11.5? I mean, I don't, because we'll see this all year long. By next month, there'll be 12s by halfway and higher at Coors. You got to think there's more runs. It just doesn't get over this. That's what has me back and forth on the total. So I'm not going to mess with it. I trust the Rocky sticks a little bit more. Gore had a good start, but we know I've seen enough with him. He has good stuff at times. He had a little success with the Padres. We know that, and pitched pretty well. So he could do well. But Urena, that's why I can't back the Rockies. Man, I just, he could try to get you through 2 or 3, 4 innings. And I don't know how he still has a job. Obviously, the Rockies need a starting pitching, so he's there.
They're desperate. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
But he's going against this Nats team. He walked 4 last time out. He didn't even get through the 3 innings. I'm off. I get why you want to take the Nats. I want both sides. I'm just like, see ya.
Well, Connor, I'm going to make it even worse. I'm doubling up on the Nationals, too.
Oh,
I forgot to even mention.
I'm sick.
I'm doubling up and I'm laying juice, unfortunately. I'm taking the team total over 2.5 minus 125 as well. Get some fucking runs today, Nationals. Not again. Use the air conditions. And I watched that game, by the way. Fucking Jurickson Profar robs a home run, makes a diving play. He got like 3 defensive runs saved, WAR right there in that one game. So let's pray to God that Jurickson Profar is not a competent baseball player today, because the Rockies don't have many, and he's one of them. So I'm praying here.
Urena, it's got to be the guy. So I get it. If you're gonna put it like, this would be one of the guys that I'd want to hit with that shitty lineup. So who they get for Soto? A bunch of shit pieces right now. I mean, they do have
Mackenzie
the younger
Gore,
kid.
yeah. That's Mackenzie Gore's was it, and just a bunch of shit. CJ Abrams, who cannot hit at all, unfortunately, and is defensively very unskilled too. So it's an issue. It's an absolute issue for the Nationals. Let's move on, because this is a shit game, and we've talked entirely too long about it, and I've doubled up on the worst team in baseball, so I'm going to regret that or hate myself for that later. Let's talk Toronto Blue Jays versus the Los Angeles Angels and Dennis Garcia. I hope you're somewhere out there with your ears closed. I'm going and doubling up again here. I'm doubling up on the Angels. I believe that Chris Bassit might be a little washed up, unfortunately. All of his velocities were down. His spin rates were down. And I looked at it and I was like, oh no, is this the beginning of the end? And on the other side, I've got Patrick Sandoval, who I think is going to be have his career year. I think this is going to be his breakout year here a little bit. His WBC form was great. I like Patrick Sandoval. I'm going to hope that the Angels lineup, a.k.a. Trout and Ohtani, can get to Bassit here. I took the Angels first 5 minus a half, and Angels full game there. First 5 minus a half was at evens, and full game -1 was at plus 114. So 2 double ups here on 2 of the potential worst teams in baseball. So great times.
But the Angels are our worst team in baseball, you think?
Well, it's traditionally they're just always shit. So when
Just wait another month. The hype's still here.
Wait till we get after the trade deadline and they potentially traded Ohtani. That's when it'll be bleak.
Yeah, which I do think a bright spot is Sandoval, but I don't know how bright, and I think we might be talking about him, in a couple months too.
That would suck for them if they traded Sandoval too. Man, that
I
would
could see him do it. This is one of the worst organizations in all of baseball, I think. Moreno, thank God he's getting rid of it. It's bad. Angels front office is bad. Bassit just got lit up. Can he be any worse? That first start. I want the over. It seems like good hitting conditions here, Jose. It's so early. We got a 9, but that's what I'm looking at. I'm also looking at the Angels team total as well. I remember Sandoval last year. I got to double check it, which I didn't get to right before the show. He pitched once or twice against these Jays, and I think he shut them out here at home. So I think maybe that's what you're looking at too. And like he talked about, he's looked very, very good. I always talk about how good his changeup is. It's a very good out pitch for him. So I think there's runs here in this one, and I'm leaning Angels and over. So I got to look to bet it some way.
He pitched, and I'll tell you, he pitched against them once last year, struggled. 3 innings, 5 hits.
Never mind it.
6 runs, 5 of them earned. 4 Ks, 3 walks. I just think he's a different pitcher, and that's why I'm ignoring that start. I think he's a different pitcher. I think he's matured, and I think he's just gotten better at the end of the day. So that's my fingers crossed. I hope Patrick Sandoval is going to be good there.
I got to check that. Nobody in this lineup hit him. Kirk's 2 for 1. Everyone's
a grand slam for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Lucas Giolito continues to fucking struggle. 7-5 Pirates now. Giolito is just I like the guy. Like, he's a cool dude. If you ever heard him talk and all that stuff, but he's got to be a fan. He just has to be a fan at this point. He's not been good in like 2 years now.
Yeah.
And if you're getting touched up for 7 against my Pittsburgh Pirates, it might be that time. Jesus, that's horrible.
Giolito's on is just, this guy's a 4th, 5th starter.
Yes.
Role here.
And thank you to the Baltimore Orioles, 5-5 now in that game. So double winner there as well. All right, let's move on to our last game here. You've got the lovely hat on, Connor. It might be a painting in the background. Giants. Think of your rivals there.
Wow.
There you go. Think of the rivals.
Yeah, you pissed him off.
Dodgers, Diamondbacks here. The battle of the 2 lefties. Yet again, it's hilarious that we had our first back-to-back yesterday, and now we're facing these 2 old men facing each other yet again. And it's perfect like we all thought it would go. Dodgers go out there, Clayton Kershaw, 1 earned run against this Diamondbacks team, 9 Ks, no walks. I even wrote on my notes, just classic Kershaw against the Diamondbacks. And then Bumgarner, as he is to do in this older age, 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 earned runs there. So just nothing surprised me there. He pitched okay against them last year. Maybe it's because he just harbors all this hate in his heart for the Dodgers organization. But I'm not betting this game. It's probably Dodgers or pass for me, but that's too obvious. So.
Yeah, it is too obvious. I mean, I don't know how much you want to back Bumgarner after hearing of the arm fatigue.
He's not ending the squad. He's not ending the year with this squad. This is the year he gets cut.
Yeah, it's just the velocity's down, and the last 2 or 3 years, he gets by, his ERA's in the mid-4s. Some of these stats, some guys have hit him. Obviously, a ton of Dodgers, have homers off him, are a little skewed how dominant he was early in his career, So I don't know what they're hitting off him, like 244, but he can't be backed. And I'll look when it comes to money, Jose. I will fade my Dodgers, but I can't do it here. Kershaw's looked good. He looks always good early in the year until he tweaks his back these days or some bullshit. And then we have problems. But a couple of guys to look for. You mentioned Freddie Freeman. Average isn't great, but he's got 3 or 4 doubles a homer. Just because the price with him is over 500 again. And a guy like Mookie Betts, 6 for 18, 2 homers, is right on 3-1 or lower. So that's just, I can't take it. There, maybe look at Thompson. He's only 2 for 10, but he's got a jack. He loves lefties. Same thing, Will Smith, right around 4-1. But I look Thompson plus 450. And how about a little Rojas, 6 for 19 with a bomb off him, over 10-1. I'm put some shekels on that home run prop tonight. Oh, and Walker, obviously Kershaw's low. Oh man, eats him, owns him alive. I mean, goddamn, Christian Walker just, man, 10 for 35 homers. Take his over 1.5 in his jack. That's just automatic. Take it.
All righty, beautiful there. A little Christian Walker, little Freddie Freeman, maybe even a little Miggy Rowe as well. You know, Connor, one of my mottos in gambling is to always bet on Venezuelans, and if you do it, you'll make money. And it works in horse racing. It works in baseball. I'm hoping it works out for you here. It does not work in other sports, unfortunately. It does not work in soccer. I can't confirm that.
Really?
We're also, as a country, we're not good at soccer, and I can also say, don't bet us on any of us in basketball too, because we're all uncoordinated fucks. So that's how that works.
Real quick with this, obviously Dodgers aren't at home, so I don't mind the run line. It's still whatever though. What, minus 130? I don't know what it is because they're huge favorites.
I'll look at it right now. Yeah, it's minus 150. Yeah.
So. Yeah, even higher. Okay, yeah, I have 145 right here. So tough. And then their team total 5.5. I always hate 5. You know me with 5.5.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Minus 110 too. I mean, there isn't a ton of juice with it, but it's like, come on.
I can't take I'm always balking at 5s. 5.5s or even worse.
Look, they scored 5 yesterday. Exactly. If I had a 5.5. Something would have got thrown.
I can't stand that shit either. I had the other day Orioles versus DeGrom. The team total was 3. Of course, they scored 2. So that's shit how that goes. So, all right, Connor, a beautiful, tight little show here. We appreciate the 50 people watching the program as always.
Hopefully, we get a bigger Friday card. Coming soon.
Yeah, I think back-to-back weeks, right, has been small Friday cards.
Small Fridays, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Shout out to the baseball gods. We appreciate them when they give.
Sure.
Hopefully we can take from them tonight. All right, official plays for me. Luckily for me, there's no additions. Tweeted them all out before the program. So it'll be a fun evening. I am doubling up on 2 squads, essentially. Those pesky Nationals. The Curly W's. We're betting on the Capitals, the Nationals, any of the other DCs, the Wizards. We're betting on them all. Nationals, team total in the first 5, over 2.5, minus 125. And first 5 money line there at minus 105. That little double up. Mackenzie Gore, you better come to fucking play today, my man, or you're going to be dead to me here. I'm also doubling up on the Los Angeles Angels. Again, if I lose these bets, I am not going to hear the end of it from DG. So I need these bets to cash, not even because I want the money. It's because I don't want to hear that DG and his Jays beat me. So I took them first 5 minus a half, plus 105, and LA Angels full game minus 1 at plus 114. My last play, which is kind of my auto play nowadays. Braves minus 1 full game, plus 111. The Braves are just very, very good. Their offense is buzzing, and I don't believe in Nick Martinez. And again, I'll give a quick shout out to the Say Hey Minute. Say Hey Minute cashes team total and the over there in New York and Baltimore. So we love that. All right, Connor, what do you have going on tonight?
I'm gonna bet the Angels or the over in some kind of way. I don't have a bet yet, but I'll hit you with these props. And shout out to the Orioles, Jose. Like betting on that baseball team.
Yes, team total over every day. Every day with the Orioles. Every day.
I think they get over their win total too. I mean, a lot of people thought they are going to fall again. I don't think they'll be great, but I think they could be a 500 team. So whatever it was, 76 around there. I think they can get over that. In a tough division. All right, I talked about it. Aguilar, 8 for 18, plus 750. Take him. That's all he does. He just hits home runs. That's all you need him to do there. That's it. Dodger game. Walker's obvious. He just under 600 that I got here, plus 585 off Kershaw. And the lone Dodger, you go back to Freddie. He finally went deep yesterday because the price is so good. But Trace Thompson, give me him. I found a plus 500. There's some 475s out there. I think he'll be in the lineup. He loves lefties. Give me him to hit a jiggy jack. That's it.
I would say like 4 years ago, it would have been plus like 50,000 for Trace Thompson to be the more athletic and better Thompson brother.
Wow, you're already giving it to him over Clay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Clay's been washed up for years now. Clay's been washed up for years. All he can do is flex his 4 rings that he was hurt for like half of them or whatever now. So, yeah, no, Trace is there. Clay Thompson, you hit 3 home runs in a game. Trace Cobb, he can hit a couple threes. I bet you Clay can't hit a home run. There we go. So shout out to Trace. Good story.
Yes, shout out to Trace. JPZ, yes. Aguilar, plus 750. The game's about an hour away. Walker, Thompson. It's up to you if you want Freddie. Those are my 3. I'm trying to keep it just a couple here, for the Jack segment.
Yeah, shout out to the Jack of the day. All right, Connor, we're sitting at 18. Well, this is before me putting in the Orioles, I guess. But 18, 21, and 6, down 3.87 units. Started the year down 8 units immediately, and we crawled our way back, and we're in the grind now. This is the baseball season grind that we embrace every single day. We will be back again tomorrow morning as we get the grind started. Saturday mornings with Dabby Cab, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Going to be a whole lot of fun. Connor, what do you have going on?
Nothing. I'm off, man. I'm enjoying some down time after a lot of shit to do. So watch the Masters off weekend. For me, that is it.
Is there who are we sweating in the Masters right now?
Oh, Koepka's rolling with it right now. I wish I take him too a lot since he's gone to live though. I haven't messed with him. That's the problem. And I kind of went with Cam Smith over him, but still 2 more days. You never know.
Yeah, we learned from Full Swing that he can kind of be a mental midget. So shout out to my guy, Brooks Koepka.
Yeah, but when he's locked in. I mean,
I hope he is.
Won 4 majors. Yeah.
I really like the guy. I think this is golf talk here at the end of the baseball show. This is his last major he needs for the Grand Slam, I believe. So, I know golf. It would be his first Masters. So shout out to
I don't think he's got a British.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know shit.
I think he's got 2 PGAs and 2 U.S. Opens.
I don't know shit, dude. I'm just talking out of my ass. So shout out to Gambler's First Glance. Angels. There.
Well, I like to hear that. God damn, we're all going to be on the Angels.
Fuck. Let's ride. We'll do it for Ohtani. Do it for Trout. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Like I mentioned, back here again, 11 a.m. tomorrow, breaking down all the baseball with Dabby Cab. Till then, everyone, we'll see you guys next time. Say hey on social media.
Peace.
See you guys.